Hi. Hello, everyone. Happy to be here to share some thoughts and some of our latest projects. We are a small office from Turin, and today I want to share some thoughts about the new together. So it's quite inspiring theme, and so for us is at first meeting in a better public space. So in our world, public space, it's one of the main aspects that we take care on, and I show kind of document related to a method that we developed for the city of Livorno related to a sustainability strategy. The second aspect, it's related to gardening and living in a park with bees. So it's a kind of a dream, and we are trying to develop this experience park close to Turin with didactic and leisure facilities. Third one is learning in a flexible design school, and we developed this stream in the office that is related to didactic space, and I show the Young Learning Factory in Bologna that is showed in this exhibition. So the first one is meeting in a better public space. We developed last year this document that is part of the bigger urban plan that the city of Livorno is doing. It's Piano Operativo, it's called, in Livorno. And so this is not a matter of design, of urban design, but it's more a method, a strategy to fix some points on the public space. So first of all, the analysis, an evidence-based analysis, then the exploration of scenarios, again with evidence-based evaluation, and to obtain comfort for the users and quality for the city. So we created a kind of tessellation of the city with 6 main areas, and inside these areas there are a lot of typologies of public space. For instance, this one is a parking that we turn in a kind of more sustainable and comfortable parking, and also an event space. But it's not a matter of shape and design, but it's kind of a step before the design. So it's a kind of a method to inspire the tender for public documents, and also the competition for next phases of the design aspects. So it's quite simple, the analysis, and it's a kind of evaluation on the comfort and on the metabolism of this space, so the drainage, the heating island, the presence of green, the shading system, and so on. After the evaluation, we developed 2 scenarios, and for each scenario there's of course another evaluation. And this is, so in the first image is the space as is, and the second one is the first scenario with the drainage system, more interconnected mobility, shading system, and new materials that are more sustainable for the city. Of course, nature-based solutions are part of this scheme. And this is another example of this renewed parking. The heating island is another aspect that we analyzed, and we used this MVMAT software to test the perception of the users. So it's not only a matter of materials and abstract aspect, but we started from the real perception of the people. Second project is related to gardening and living in a park with bees. So we all hope to be there in some way. And we started the building site 2 months ago, and the task is to create a park for the honey production with didactic and leisure facilities. And this is the general master plan. So there's a building for production, and then the house for the farmer. And then the second part is related to facilities for visitors, so kids, families, and tourists that can be there in enjoy the bio pool and the small camping. There are some lodges where you can sleep with bees, and some other facilities like a kitchen, open kitchen, sauna, and so on. Then we developed the landscape with Marta Mariani, landscape architect, and so there was the creation of an environment that is friendly for the bees, and especially with some melliferous plant system. About the buildings, all the buildings typologies are related to typologies that are present in the context. So stable, very simple volumes, and very easy to and quick to build. There are some video, okay, and so. The one on the left is the laboratory where the honey is produced, and on the right is the house of the farmer that is related to the private space. And there's the bio pool in this view. So the last project is related to learning in a flexible design school. We developed this project in 2019 and 2020. The brief was to create an open learning environment with a very innovative didactic. We were lucky to be involved in this project in this particular building. It was a former factory, early 19th factory, and they realized in this factory and decorated tiles. So it was quite inspiring, all the spaces, and we tried to maintain the atmosphere of part of this use. As you can see from the axonometry, the space is quite wide, and we intended this space as a kind of a covered square. So with a few standard classrooms and very open and flexible spaces with movable walls and the possibility to share knowledge and to meet people in a quite open environment. So 40% are the closed classrooms, and the rest is an open space that you can colonize upon your needs. The structural aspects were quite important because we need to create a kind of seismic adaptation in that, and we take this opportunity to create a new layer in the existing space. So this space is not only for didactic purposes, but it's used as a kind of a civic center. So they created events with artistic exhibition, workshops, and presentation during the night. The last one was related to Gavina's works. So it's in Bologna, so it's a master from that city, and so it's you can see on the plan the different possibilities on this for flexibility and adaptation on this space. So just to resume, New Together is meeting in a better public space, gardening and living in a park with bees, and learning in a flexible design school. Thanks for the attention.